studio with Folly Farm, and we have opened up those doors of our studio once again this morning and inviting them in. Tomos Hopkins, good morning.
Hello, bore da, siwmai. Lovely to see you both.
Bore da.
Well, the energy is still up there from Eisteddfod.
Indeed. Well, it is still there. The Eisteddfod spirit, Ysbryd Eisteddfod, is still with me.
Yeah, you've spent the whole week up there. You were the chairman of Maes D. That whole little site, along with Welsh Government, was under your control, really, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, in a way, I was helping to organise the various things that were happening there with the gigs and the different panel discussions, and then obviously organising volunteers that were making tea or coffee. So yeah, it was a manic week, but bendigedig all the same.
Yeah, they're long days as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it was getting quite long. Obviously, we luckily a team of us came who live in Haverfordwest, so we were driving up, taking in stages, and then obviously I had some things happening in the evening as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they were fairly long days. One night I did stay in the caravan because there was a gig on at 10:30. But yeah, it's been a pretty epic week.
It has.
Between everything.
We've seen you singing and dancing. Mr. Musical Theatre Tomos Hopkins made an appearance last week, riling up. Was that in the Tea Gwerin in the folk tent?
Yeah, there was the Tea Gwerin. That was Thursday. So we basically had a jamboree with Gwerin fel na
It was
mai.
amazing.
And everybody was just there singing along, and it was buzzing. I've never experienced anything like it. I was like, is this happening? Is this a dream? Because I just thought, bit of folk singing, people,
It was
sing
a
along.
right neat.
But everyone was jumping on the seats and going wild.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And for those, well, first of all, if you made it to Eisteddfod, let us know in the comments or on the WhatsApp what your takeaway, what your feelings have been about it. We've been struggling to put it into words, Tomos. So Tomos got me involved on the panel on Monday on the learners in the learners tent, talking about speaking Welsh below the Lanska line. And I loved your last sentence. You're like, well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I loved that. Like, we'd been talking for 45 minutes and he was like, well, you're already doing it.
Yeah, we were. The topic was to tear down the Lanska line.
Chwilio'r Lanska
chwalu the Lanska.
Chwalu.
That the whole myth that South Pems, that there's not Welsh there or nobody speaks Welsh, there's Lenglo Mehonbes and all that. But I was like, well, by having a panel here, I was talking about the experiences.
From Haverfordwest and Pembroke Dock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, well, we've done it now. And so many people were in the Eisteddfod who came from south of the county as well. It was amazing to see, everyone gathering.
It was fantastic. And then, of course, I was back with you on the Thursday with the Learners Choir.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, you've got Party Dysgu Cymraeg.
Mm-hmm.
I got Choirs for Good. Learners of the Welsh language. And, well, most of my group aren't even in lessons.
Yeah.
And we still sang in Gymraeg ar y llwyfan, the stage in the pavilion, which, if you're not Eisteddfod initiated, that's a pretty big deal.
It is pretty much the pinnacle of any choir in Wales, is what you can do, really. The Eisteddfod is like, what you aim for all year competing choirs. So it's lovely to have local representations. We had Cor Môr from Saundersfoot and Cor Tidrath, Newport, and yourselves. And, so I was like, come on, croeso to the Eisteddfod, the first time to experience it as it was local. So everyone was like, whoa, 8 people competing in the choir.
There was a lot of surprises. Like, usually it's like half, like the learners choir is usually quite a small category, and yet we filled it.
It can be, but I was like, well, I tried to spread the message and say croeso I bawb, and everybody embraced it. So diolch yn fawr for all those choirs for joining us.
And llongyfarchiadau mawr I ti a chi a Party Dysgu Cymraeg.
Yeah.
Trydydd
is bendigedig, out of 8. And then obviously I was with the ensemble, Lleisiol, Party Cai Blodau, my lovely group from Bloomfield, who were like, oh yeah, we could sing a song in the Eisteddfod. And I was like, okay. And then it turns out they were quite good singers. And then I was like, yeah, it'll just be in my steam now. But then obviously the judge decided for us to perform in the pavilion. So the judge chooses one competition from the morning's competitions to perform in the pavilion.
Yeah.
So the
And you
judge
were the ones that were picked.
chose them. So yeah, Parti Cae Blodau it was surreal. The first time they were sung together in public and in the Eisteddfod.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And the Trydydd at third place in the Learners Choir competition. If you're listening, thinking, what does that mean? Like, did he win? Third place is basically winning. Like, getting placed and walking back out there and taking that is fantastic.
It's a top 3, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
And there's been a lovely, Gina, you might have felt this. I know that you were unable to make it in the end last week, but have you felt the kind of the warming and that sense of community among non-Welsh and Welsh speakers over the last 7 days?
Most definitely. Everybody that ventured up there, and even before getting there, all of the dressing of the houses and the villages up towards it. I know that some friends that actually couldn't go to the Eisteddfod themselves, but they were getting in their cars and they were going to have a lovely, beautiful trip to go and have a little look at all of the dressings which had been done on the way, because it really was that festival feel of something special is going on here, and they really sort of took that opportunity. So yes, throughout the whole of the county, further afield, everybody was just loving that the Eisteddfod was here.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's been so difficult to put into words. I just know that I'm feeling balch iawn, very proud of my contribution. I got to meet some influencers in the wild. So could I see Dr Cymraeg a'r Katie Owen. And Katie Owen is very similarly aligned with what you do in your day job when you're not looking after the Maes D at the Eisteddfod, because you're involved with Dysgu Cymraeg Sir Benfro.
That's right. So yeah, tiwtor dwi gyda Dysgu Cymraeg Sir Benfro.
And Katie Owen's an ambassador for Learning Cymraeg. So she went to Nant Gwrtheren, which is like that's where you spend the week there, basically, don't you? Which is wonderful. And along with Alicia Scott, who also performed on the Llwyfan y Maes, which is the outside stage, she's also just been inducted into the Orsedd.
Yeah.
She couldn't speak Welsh 4 years ago.
That is amazing, her achievement, and that she, and as a great diolch yn fawr that she was part of the Orsedd then, that she was included in that. But she has just done such an incredible work embracing language on the programme, a llais, the voice on SLC, and really inspiring people to join Cymraeg,
Yeah, and the Orsedd also welcomed footballer Joe Allen.
Yes.
From Narberth.
Yes.
And Bach Arbeth is what he's named himself.
Yeah.
Does that translate to anything?
Bach, little.
Little, yes, I know that.
Yes.
Well, because it's Bach and not Bach. So I was like,
Yeah, Bach Arbeth. Yes, interesting.
Yeah.
Advice chosen that. That's nice.
And then also some other Tegrin.
Tegrin,
he's also been admitted into there as well. It's incredible. So many local people getting fully involved into this Eisteddfod. And maybe, talking ambassadors and learning Welsh, maybe you're thinking, well, actually, I went up there and I didn't feel too far out of my comfort zone. And maybe I want to dip my toe into maybe understanding and learning a little bit more.
Yeah.
One question you asked me on that Monday was, what's your advice to someone who wants to just start and do that Mynediad, that entry level?
Yeah.
And I said, just do it. And there's no better place to do it than with Dysgu Cymraeg Sir Benfro. Because that's how I did it, all online for me. I'd love to dip my toe back in, go back to the Mynediad times now that we're no longer in COVID, and be in that room with other learners. There's not many spaces left, though, is there?
So we have quite limited spaces. It does get quite full. But there's a few spaces left in the online classes and some locations across the county. If we get a massive demand, we will try and find more tutors to teach the classes. But yeah, there's a few limited spaces left if you're looking. And obviously the 50% discount is still on with the code Welsh26.
There you go, 25% discount. There's still a few places
50%.
left. 50%.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting. And that Mynediad, that first year, it's so brilliant for just opening your horizons and thinking, oh, actually, I do know this.
Yeah.
That's what I love about that first year.
That's the thing, isn't it? I think, people do know more than they realize, and it's just giving them that confidence to go, I can do the colours and Cymraeg, or I can do counting, but it's just basic and greetings, it's those first steps, and then it just builds and builds and builds more essential structures.
And then one day you might find yourself on a panel in the learner's tent, siarad Cymraeg gyda dysgwr arall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing. And well, maybe there's a Welsh speaker here already that might think, well, I want to help nurture this next generation of Welsh speakers. You are looking for tutors as well.
Definitely, we're always on the lookout for pobl sy'n siarad Cymraeg, felly cysylltwch â ni os ydych chi'n siarad Cymraeg. Ni wastad yn edrych yn bobl I ysbrydoli oedolion I ddysgu Cymraeg.
Because you don't need a full teaching qualification to be a tutor at Dysgu Cymraeg.
No, you learn on the job and there's training available there.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. I was a cleaner in the Life Centre in Haverfordwest. And then they were like, yeah, ti'n siarad Cymraeg, ti'n bod yn tutor? And then I started there, and that was 15 years ago now.
That's amazing.
So I still see people and they're like, oh, I saw you in the Life Centre when I was a cleaner there. So that's how I all started. I cleaned in the day and had night classes in the evening.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's right place, right time.
Yeah. So get involved if you're interested in that. And then there is a little bit of a sad story. Of course, Gina's mentioned it. The dressing of all the towns, the harddi.
Yeah, the harddi.
But Cymraeg, which went way above and beyond.
Cymraeg.
I had people, as Gina mentioned, they would just drive just to see what was new in that lead up. But something's gone missing already.
And unfortunately, the Cymraeg Yan Bombers made a wonderful piece honouring the old, I say old, he's passed on, Dick Jones, who was like a legendary arch druid local. But that particular piece of yarn bombing has gone missing now.
Just that one piece?
Just that one piece. And the quality that they've made it with and the detail was amazing. So unfortunately, there is everybody on Facebook trying to look for that. So if anybody knows anything about that particular one, mae angen dychwelyd Dick I Cymraeg. So dewch a Dick Jones and all. Yeah, it would mean a lot for the people that created him because he's such an icon,
So Gina, we need to bring Dick back.
Yes.
We do need to, yes. So if you're listening to this and you think, do you know, I know where he could be, then please do get in touch.
Yeah.
Tomos, thank you so much. Diolch yn fawr iawn am y cyfle I siarad ar yr Eisteddfod, ei perfformio gyda cor ar yr Eisteddfod, ar y llwyfan mewn pavilion, yn y pavilion. It's profiad dwi byth yn anghofio. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, yn wir. Wel, diolch I ti am gofleidio embracing y profiad yr Eisteddfod. Mae wedi bod yn wych.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. I'm going to put you on the spot now.
Okay.
What song should we play?
Okay, wel, nos Sadwrn yn yr Eisteddfod, roedd y grŵp anhygoel Super Furry Animals yn perfformio. Gwelais I nhw. I was lucky to see them amongst the massive crowd. And one of my favourites is a spadiau haylog. The haylog, the weather has been so good throughout, and more tywydd haylog on the way. So a spadiau haylog, os gwelwch yn dda.
And if you want to hear more Welsh language music, Tomos, you're here once a month.
Yeah, of course. So I'll be definitely playing a lot of artists that were featured in the Eisteddfod on my next show. So
Which will be a week tomorrow.
A week tomorrow, yes. So embracing all those wonderful performers from the Eisteddfod.
Tomos Hopkins, diolch yn fawr iawn.
Diolch yn fawr I chi.
Folly Farm.